Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Here Be Dragons, a game that involves a lot of dragons. How many dragons? Well, at least 5. The 5 who surround me. Hi, my name's Philip. I am the Dragon Master of this game, because that's what we've decided to go with for this exciting game. And around me are wonderful players who are playing as a flight of dragons. Say hello, dragons.
Hello, dragons.
Hello, dragons.
Oh, hi,
Hello,
y'all.
dragons.
How are you all doing after last week's game?
I mean, scared, but good.
mean when you-
Discombobulated. I
You
didn't.
mean when you killed the world?
Well, I didn't kill the world. Just it looks like freshman year of college is gonna be wilder than we thought. Man.
I'm slightly concerned.
Yeah, it's concerning. So yes, to kind of give a brief recap, in this draconic world of Wyrmloth, the 5 wonderful dragons who surround me arrived for their first year at the Royal Academy in the capital city of Cloud's Caress. But attackers from another plane appeared and laid waste to the city and to many of the greatest dragons who were all gathered to see the coronation of the new ruler of Wyrmloth, the Crown. These 5 dragons, along with the dragon sworn of their very short-tenured professor, Gerfoir, that's great, an orc whose name is Lagak, they managed to flee to a different part of the world using a teleportation spell held within a gemstone. Of all the places they had discussed, they decided to go to Bazankin, a peninsula on the far west part of the world. And they did rescue, during their flight, a dragon who had bullied them, a dragon who's a couple years older than they were, Kawulog. And he, very injured, has managed to come with them. So I'm going to have all of our players reintroduce their dragons to us, just because it's kind of still early in this game. Want to let everyone know who these characters are again. But is there anything I'm forgetting to mention? That we ended last session with them having landed in Bazankin with Buku, Lord Buku Bazan of Bazankin, who sort of suggested they go here, looked around, felt, I think we want to go that way. I think that's a castle of Lord Felbane. And so the dragons began flying in that direction.
Did you forget to say that how the barbarian that Anna built at your instruction decapitated one of the greater warriors, and that the wizard that Andrew built at your instruction rained meteor swarms down endlessly on our city?
I was kind of trying to just summarize a bit.
You didn't really want to relive that trauma?
But those things did happen, and it was a blast. That all occurred. So, yeah, there were some I gotta say, guys, the villains of this game, I didn't make them. They are so good. There's this dragon hunting party. It is just primo, perfectly built, just there to rain destruction down. And
Rub it in.
they did a great job.
Just rub it in.
I mean, I'm not rubbing it. I'm trying to congratulate people. So, why don't we have another quick introduction to all of our fun dragons? Andrew, let's begin with you.
Yeah, I'm Elan Buteros. This is my sister Shishu.
Hey.
So yeah, we're from. I like to think of myself as kind of like a finance dragon. But I'm studying some magic arts because my parents wanted me to have a backup. So I'm a little bit bummed about the fact that I'm not gonna be able to rush this year. But it's good. I'm a gold dragon, the best kind of dragon. Our family has a very large horde, but
Had.
I mean, they might be dead now.
Might not anymore.
Well, very good. Well, welcome, Elan. Pierce,
Thank
why
you.
don't you go next?
Yeah, howdy, y'all. My name's Tongart Lasso. I'm a obsidian dragon from the Plains of Solace. Was at the Royal Academy to learn more about my arcanist arts, particularly the clerical devotion.
Mhm.
I'm feeling just like a, just a wee bit trepidatious about the situation we found ourselves in. Seems like it's maybe not the best, but I'm certain, I believe we can get through it.
An upbeat attitude. Anna, why don't you go next?
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm Shishu Buteros. Also, I'm the sister of Elan, and yeah, and I don't feel upset that we can't rush because I feel like we right now have our own dragonority.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna just establish our own group. And I'm looking forward to what I think Lord Felbane is really gonna like what I bring to the table. That's all. I mean, most people and humans and dragons do like what I bring to the table. I'm very influential.
Very good. Jed, you want to go next?
Thank you.
Sure. I am Lord Buku Bazan. You might know, you should know me, but if you don't, you probably know my family, especially in this part of the world where we run things, being the great yellow dragon, owners, creators, kings, masters of the place, etc., etc. Use whatever term fits your personal aesthetic. But excuse me?
Tiny.
What? No, not tiny. Very large in personality and stature, I believe is what you're trying to say. First off, you're clearly smaller than me as I walk on my hind legs all the time and tower above you all four-legged fools. It matters not. It matters not. You can see by my dress and attire that I am clearly the most affluent of the, and at least affluent in the lineage here of all of you. This is my home area. I proposed us coming here, and I'm excited for us to go back to my home and take the now absent hoard that once belonged to my family, but they're no longer here to enjoy it, and so I shall use it as a stepping stone to greater goals and desires that are mine. And I've promised some of it to my companions, of course, just to entice them along the way. And that is where we are. Lord Felbane, I'm sure will be, I hope we survive the encounter. But other than that, it should all go just swimmingly. I'm sure it'll be fine. We probably should not let them know that my parents are dead, but otherwise it's going to be great.
A lot of interesting levels going on here. Finally, Vanda, why don't you introduce us to your dragon, or reintroduce us to your dragon?
I'm XigXag. I'm from the deep swamp, which is fortunately not too far from here, because I have a feeling we might have to flee there soon. I'm not sure that coming to Bazankim was really the best idea. At least my stepfather is still alive.
That is true.
And he has the most interesting hoard ever. Yeah, and I'm a hunter.
I don't know about, interesting is certainly a word for the horde.
But lots of brains.
There are brains.
Among other things.
I believe the way you described it, and I have marked it down on said stepfather's sheet, is the horde consists of lots of brains, lots of books, some souls.
Yeah. And some miscellaneous stuff, the usual junk.
Of course.
Treasure.
So we will begin with you all having sort of kicked off the sort of dry, packed sands here of Bazankin as you are sort of flying over palm trees, and kind of the sort of sere, rocky terrain of this part of the peninsula. You do see this castle, kind of a dragon castle, so they often have sort of very large structures within, large open single chambers that can fit multiple dragons when dragons are trying to host one another. As you fly over, after about 2 minutes of flight, you do notice that Lagak, who is flying with you, suddenly drops out of the sky.
I'll swoop down and catch her.
Understood. No rolls required for that, especially as you're a rather dexterous dragon, and she even kind of gets her bearings quickly and jumps on your back and kind of has a rather grim she'll sort of say, many thanks.
I got you.
Lagak, I have an inkling about what that might mean, and I just want to express my condolences to you.
Yes. Well, I've been given a task, and I will see it through.
That's wise.
She says little else on the subject. And soon enough, you are coming upon a castle. Now, at this point, Lord Buku, I do want you to make another history check.
Of course.
Now that you're close, now that you see it.
I would like to do nothing more than that.
Wonderful.
That will be an 17.
I will say that as you approach this castle, there is a sort of draconic, kind of crest or shield on it. It is not the Fellbane crest.
Oh.
It, in fact, belongs to the Bash family, Bhash. The Bashes are... How will I phrase this? This is better in the sense that they have no bad blood with your family, but worse in the sense that they are so condescending and judgmental, and they often refer to sort of people of your sort of draconic family, the Bazan, as they make fun of your name for being the improper declination of the origin, etc., etc. They're very, it's like
wow.
that kind of very, very sort of, snarky at you. So that is the sigil that you see ahead of you. That being said, now that you know where you are, though other castles would take many hours to get to, if you wanted to go either to the Fellbane Castle or to a friendlier castle, you could do so. But you notice this when you guys are, a minute away from arriving.
This is okay. The important question is this a castle where they are going to... Is there anybody that I trust in all of Bazan?
You do not trust... Bazan-Keen is not somewhere for those who wish to trust to go. Bazan-Keen is a peninsula of nothing but, schemes and plots and political intrigue and machinations.
True.
So...
Rephrase.
Yes, sure.
Is there anyone that I feel I can manipulate with my current resources?
Buku. Who can't you manipulate? Realistically, come on. But as far as I will say that you are familiar with the Bosch family. You don't necessarily know which one will be here at this place. You just sort of see the familial crest. But whether it is a dragon who is present or any of their, household, you're sure there's someone you could. No one here should be openly hostile to you. I'll say that.
Understood. The other question is, how far away are we from my home? My home.
Your home is in Crowneth Bazank, or kind of just outside of it. That is about... I will look at the map and tell you. It would be around 10 hours away. You are in the far west of the peninsula.
Okay. I would like to stop then and signal everyone else to stop.
Okay.
And I will relay the situation as Lord Buku would relay it, such as that these are, how would you say, fiefdoms, servants. They are vassals of my own family, and will, in all likelihood, be able to assist us. Though their tongues are sharper than their wits, so just try to ignore anything that they happen to say.
Are you saying that your servants have their own castle and land?
Well, yes.
That's really impressive.
We are the Bazan kin in Bazan kin. You understand how this works, right? This land is named after my people.
Wait, so then do you consider everyone who resides within this land your servant?
Can I roll inside?
That's going to seem a lot less legitimate.
I want to roll inside.
Honestly.
XigXag,
Do I believe him?
XigXag, you may make an insight check on the claim. I can
14.
14. I will answer on your behalf here to a certain extent, Buku. Buku is not lying, but it is a with your sort of insight, it is a bit more complicated than simply to say this is their entire, land. There are many different bloodlines kind of with the throne. So, but you sense no deception, but you maybe sense a bit of braggadocio. If that makes sense.
But I'm a stranger in a strange land, so I guess I will follow your lead.
Yeah, this is my land, so you are welcome here. Feel not a stranger any longer. But try not to engage this group of people in too much conversation. It will only degrade your own intellect over the course of time. The only other thing I would add is that we are about 10 or 11 hours from my home, which I think should be our ultimate goal, as there should be sufficient wealth and hoard there to equip us well for the rest of our journey, which I think would be...
Does your family have any prophecies?
Shisu, this is something we should probably have
Shishu. It's okay.
My apologies. Shishu. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's how you say it.
It's a beautiful name. We should probably take some time and have a conversation about it. I, myself, love to collect prophecies on written parchment and papers, stories even, or songs, if perhaps there are any to be told. But yes, I'm sure we have much to discuss.
Any sort of information about how influential I might be in the future.
Yes. I feel like we have so much in common between us.
I
would really love to be able to sit down and just, pick your brain on this subject and hear what you've come up with in time.
You're all kind of circling, over these conversations, maybe quarter of a mile from this castle. Kind of making circles and talking. Kawulog, you see a belch of flame as Kawulog coughs and some flames coming out of the still damaged throat.
Yeah, maybe we should.
But I will say that literally
Lord
everyone
Buku
but Shishu does notice
ignores that.
Literally everyone but Shishu does notice that upon the battlements of yon castle, there are a number of biped guards who've come out and are spotting all these dragons and conferring with one another quickly.
Does
the sky seem different here? The clouds?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's also kind of muggy. It's a little bit.
Bazan weather is known for this sort of moist higher air. It allows you to fly a little bit smoother. I don't know if you've noticed. Buku does a little thing in the air. It's quite enjoyable on the wings. Yes.
The assembling group.
Mm-hmm.
Do they look like they are looking puzzling, like they are welcoming, like they are?
Why don't you make an
aggressive?
insight check on that point?
The good thing is that even if they are hostile, anyone who's anyone is probably dead in the capital. So
15.
You're so
15.
judicious with your words, Ilan.
They appear more nervous. They definitely are armed. Typically, when a bunch of dragons show up somewhere, it's kind of okay, there's a bunch of dragons here. And in fact, you notice that kind of chief among them, there is a type of biped called a bugbear, who looks very agitated and worried at the sight of all of you. Kind of with because you also have the good perception, so you're seeing this even kind of from this, and you see this bugbear discussing things with some and shaking her head a lot. But after a few minutes of you guys flying, we'll say right around the time that whatever part of the conversation had gotten to here, a large banner is unfurled, which Buku, is is one of the sort of almost welcome semaphore signs, of well met dragon, kind of a general welcome signal.
Buku's gonna go into a dive and then pull up in front of the battlements.
Okay.
With his wings wide, showing his colors.
Okay.
Just kind of to hey, I'm a Bazan.
Okay.
It's
All
me.
right. I would like for you to make a performance check.
I feel like these guys totally know we were at the coronation. Like they know it.
They might.
Performance, you say?
Well,
I mean, is there something else you'd like to do?
No, that's all pretty bad. That's
Okay.
a 2.
A 2. You go up to kind of like try to
fell on
show
your
your
face.
colors. You don't sort of space it right. I will say, what is your dragon save DC?
My it's a 15. Wait,
So-
my spell saves 15. Is that
Your-
the same thing?
It actually would not be, and I didn't fix this on everyone's things. What you are a dexterity based dragon, right?
Intelligence actually. So I think
you're
it is the same.
of your draconic instincts. You are
Oh,
dex
yes,
based.
dexterity.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to make you another box on your thing. I did it for subsequent ones, and I totally messed this up on your guys because I didn't do it ahead of time enough. So it would be your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency bonus plus 8 is your dragon save.
It's still 15.
15.
Still
Same.
15.
Perfect. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you do this, and typically dragons, especially if you know what, you're medium. Never mind. I was about to say I was gonna make them do like a wing attack save to not get knocked over, but instead you just fly too close, and no one is knocked over, but they all kind of like shield themselves for a second. And you you slightly like you actually like rip part of their like the flag that was flying, and there's like a tear in it, and you kind of go back around.
I don't even fuck with it. I'm just like, yeah, I'm Lord Bukubazan. We are here. We will be entering now.
They're probably really excited.
Prepare for us.
Yeah,
food
careful of that moist
and
air,
drink.
everybody.
And medical attention for one of our injured friends.
Sure enough, in that case, the sort of over gates, kind of like the cage that blocks off, you know, like from other dragons landing, is winched open, and you guys hear kind of this creaking thing. And sure enough, a large courtyard, the cage is opened over it, and you all can land within if you would like.
Yes.
I lead the way and land.
You notice as you all land, and Kubulog like landing like really painfully there. Lagok hops right off of your back, kind of giving you one more nod, Elan, and kind of just stands, you know, with her hand on her sword, looking very serious. You notice that there's a bugbear, very kind of like dark fur, and she's wearing kind of like a cloak, but has like both some kind of, you know, bowed weapon on a back and a sword at her side. She's walking out in some kind of cloak and armor, and there is also an elf who is sort of stepping out like from the interior, from one of like the biped-sized doors, and walking to you all very quickly. And the elf actually will kind of like speak first and come up to you all and say, "Greetings, honored worms. Welcome
Thank you. Hello.
to the home of Lord Dressley Bash. I am so sorry to say you were not expected, so preparations are underway for your arrival. And if your arrival had been announced ahead of time and we missed it, I offer my sincerest apologies, Bombs and Tias."
Buku cuts her off and says, Mighty Elf, have no fear. We understand we were not expected. In fact, our visit here was but a surprise for ourselves as well. We merely wish and need to replenish our own stores of energy and sustenance before we move upon. So if you can just prepare some food and drink, perhaps a place for a few of us to lie down and rest. One of us here needs some medical attention. I'm sure you have a healer or some such here.
Oh, my word. I do not know that we have any healers here. Our mage is not gifted with the healing arts, but we can call for someone, certainly.
We had a
please.
near accident when sparring in the air at school. It's not much of a worry, but yes, we shall.
Of course, Bomb.
The sooner you get these, the sooner we shall be on our way.
Yes, of course, Bomb. We shall see to this, and I shall. Lord Dressley Bash is present, and at this point, the bugbear says, "Lord Dressley is very busy. We do not need to bother him. He is not available for guests now." Well, I still think I shall let him know that esteemed numerous esteemed young bombs and tias have arrived here. But if it is food you wish, please come into our dining roost, and we shall bring in some food for you post haste. Please, dragons, this way. My name is Imianthe. If there is anything I can do for you beyond mere sustenance, please let me know. And sort of she kind of bows super low once again and starts kind of gesturing kind of into a set of doors. Go ahead.
Can I insight the bugbear on about the Lord not being busy and whatnot?
Absolutely you can.
It's clearly
Bugbear. What are you talking about? She's fine. She's just doing some stuff.
I really want my my force points right now. My force dice. It's a 14.
A 14, huh? God, force points are just the best. I think I really should start doing some version of that in all D&D games. Just it's some really little nice expendable ability to tack on a little more. Okay, so a 14 against. I might not even be rolling. Maybe I'm not rolling a deception check. Maybe she's telling the truth. So she's lying. She is definitely. I will say with a 14, you are not sure if the Lord is busy, but you have a very strong feeling that she, under no circumstances, wants the Lord to be bothered or brought out.
Does it? Here's the real question: do the two seem to be on the same page, or does it seem like the bugbear knows something the other one doesn't?
It seems the bugbear knows something the other doesn't.
Okay, copy that. I'll go ahead and say there's no need to bother the lord of this castle. We are here for merely a brief stop. I shall not bother you in your duties. You shall hardly know we are here. Merely arrange food and drink and some medical supplies, and we shall be on our way.
It will be done, of course. And she kind of gestures, and kind of like the large dragon-sized doors open, and you are led through a dragon-sized foyer to a large dragon-sized dining roost where there are, multiple levels where you can kind of all gather, spread your wings, and relax in there. Kawulog crawls onto a roost and just kind of, lays down and tries to relax a bit.
On the way, as I make my way in, just sort of say thank you, appreciate you to like every biped that has greeted us. As I just sort of nod my head, I kind of want to try to get up to Buku.
Okay.
Buku, I don't know your sort of the proper channels here in your lands, but I was under the impression that the reason we came here was to warn the other dragons of the attack, so that your lands don't meet with a similar fate.
Yeah.
That's where we.
I've not seen any dragons up to this point, so seems.
But you might tell
moot.
You might tell them that we actually have something important to share with the Lord.
Oh,
not just that we are visiting from school and had a sparring accident.
Of course, Thangard. Lord Lasso. I would say though there is some delicacy when dealing with those in Bazankin. Perhaps you're not familiar with our people and the ways in which we deal with one another. There is always the chance of, let's say that we do not let an opportunity slip by. And if one senses weakness, one will pounce. So we shall inform them when we depart, but it would be stupid to do so before then. There's a more elegant way of phrasing that. Is not coming to mind at the moment, as I'm a bit tired myself.
So you're saying we should get a lot of snacks and then drop bombs and leave?
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
what she said.
Yes.
Just one
well
thing.
said, Shisu.
Mm-hmm.
Get snacks,
so
drop
sorry.
bombs, leave.
You're thinking sushi.
Trick to every good party. As you all sort of
call you Shu for short, or is that too improper?
Can we call you Buku for short?
Yeah, can I call you Cuckoo Buku? What? I just made that up. Okay.
It's adorable. Well, if you may call me whatever you wish, Shishu.
Cuckoo Buku.
Shu.
She walks around just going cuckoo buku like over and over again.
You do notice
Inside,
that sort of
Buku's absolutely hating that name, but
Yeah.
it's like, yes, it's great.
gotta roll with it. The elf has disappeared to make various arrangements. The bugbear, however, is standing kind of like at attention, like just inside this roost, just kind of like keeping an eye on all of you.
Just making sure that whenever we move around, I pass within 10 feet, both the elf and the bugbear.
The elf is not here, but
Well,
you want to go
before
within.
he left.
You want to go within 10 feet of the bugbear.
Yeah.
Okay. You can be within 10 feet of her, certainly.
And yeah, just for a second, just for a deep inhalation.
Getting a scent, understood. Gotcha. Yes,
Just for a sniff.
Your blind sight, your good scent. You definitely get the scent of the bugbear. You probably could have of the elf as well for a moment, but you definitely have it of the bugbear. A few more minutes pass.
I just want to say something real quick to the bugbear of just, hey there, friend. Just want to thank you for the kindness that you have extended to us, even if it seems like it is coming to you in a trying time. I just wanted to. My name is Tangart Lasso. I just wanted to see if I could get your name, friend.
It is good to make your acquaintance, Bum. I am the captain of the guard here. I am Gulk Garginya.
Well, that's a mighty fine strong name for a mighty fine strong individual.
I'm gonna put that in the chat for the players here. Gulk Garginya. Because boy, do I love auto name generators, you guys.
That's just bulk bargain with G's put on it.
Gulk Garginya.
Go Gargangan.
I guess I can put it into the other chat too. I mean, there's no reason not to. But for those at home,
Gulk Gargan from the land of Giggots.
Go shop at Giggots. So yes. But Gulk is sort of she's just sort of standing there, looking kind of keeping an eye on all of you.
Any news?
News. I have no news. Any news from you, fine dragons?
Buku?
Perchance. Where is the Lord? I understand he's busy. I don't mean to pry.
He is within his inner sanctum, engaged in matters of incredible sensitivity, and it is around this time that again.
Is he fucking? Is that what's happening? Is he fucking?
The bugbear kind of looks up, but at this time, all of you again, save Shishu, in the distance, hear a very loud booming dragon. Like, you can tell when it's a dragon as opposed to all these sort of biped speaking draconic. And you hear in the distance a dragon speaking draconic, screaming, basically screaming, "This is bullshit, you're cheating!" And you hear like something scraping, and then you hear just at the edge of hearing, like Tangart, you can hear this. The other three like barely hear a thing of like, I'm sorry, I set it up again.
He's playing cards.
Or something else. Sounds like an
Something
important
like that.
conference of some kind is happening.
Indeed.
This bugbear, yeah, with his bugbear's passive perception, also didn't hear anything. Oh, where did you, Bombs and Tiaz, say you were in, school again?
Yeah.
We did not.
You said you were from school?
Yes, we did.
What
I like
school?
the Dragon Academy of Arcane Arts and Magics.
In the Royal Academy in
Yeah.
Cloud's Caress?
Yeah.
You were just there.
Yeah.
Wow.
We are on a field trip.
Oh, that's one way you could look at it.
Yeah.
My,
We did land
This
in a
is
field.
our instructor. What's his name?
Bad bog. Jack Bad Bog.
Yeah, Bad Bog.
Lagak Badbog is kind of she'll step forward if you're invoking her name. Yes, I am overseeing them on a field trip. That is correct, on behalf of Professor Gerfoy, my master. This bugbear. That's good. Yes. I will see what is keeping your food. And just kind of bows to you all, and then the bugbear walks out of the room.
Does our stay here count as a short rest?
We have not yet gotten to the point of the short rest. If you guys want to just sort of like, we can sort of, hit the fast forward, and you guys can eat if you'd like.
Are we the only ones in the room now?
Right now, you are the only ones in the room.
All right, everyone, very quickly, just so we understand how this works in Bazan. Not everyone is cool with everything. They're always trying to get the leg up and, take someone else down. So be a little bit judicious in what you share, who you talk to, etc., etc. We should get what we need from here and then move along till we get to my more secure domain.
Which direction
I
is your
anticipate no issues
security-
here, but...
Well,
Which direction is your supposed secure domain? East or west from here?
Question.
It's this way.
You would know enough to know that it is east. It is.
It's east.
Yeah,
Okay.
back
That's not
along
good.
the peninsula. Oh, and
That's
anybody
totally not
watching at
good.
home and such, we do on the downloads page of our Discord. If you go to Here Be Dragons, there actually is a map of this country, and the players can be checking that out as well. But I think
Is
I
there
have it
any
somewhere.
way that we could contact, like sending someone or something? We could contact.
You would need a mage. Typically, biped mages handle spells like sending for you. So you could
Could we
ask.
ask
shit.
if there is a mage at this place?
You can ask if they have a house mage, absolutely. And yes, go ahead, Buku.
I was just saying, I didn't even think about that. Yes, we could. For certainly, we
So,
should ask.
in fact, at this point, Iamanthe comes in and will sort of be, she's leading, and sure enough, a bunch of food is being brought out to you all. She says, "Is there anything else that I can get for you all, Bombs and Tias?"
Do you have a mage, a house mage?
We do have a house mage. Would you like me to fetch them?
Yes, please, if you would be so
I will
kind.
see if Lord Dressley is not currently using their services, and I shall return to you shortly. And kind of yes, Tia, and kind of bows very low to you, XigXag, and then goes off kind of in a different direction towards where you all heard that booming voice.
Excuse me.
Yes.
The mage stays with the Lord.
I believe that Dukea is currently with Lord Dressley Bash of Bazankin.
Very well, of course.
Yes. And please, if the
If
food
they
is...
are engaged, there's no need to
Oh, well, maybe he can
impede.
spare a moment for us.
Understood. I shall check on the situation. And with that, Iamanthe kind of bows like for about the 9th time since coming into the room and goes out the doors in that direction. It takes about 20 seconds after that. Those of you with a higher passive can even hear a couple words being shouted to the dragon. Being, "Well, I don't know what this," and you soon hear a loud flapping of wings. And at which point a larger than you, but not like absurdly bigger than you, probably looks like he's maybe like 60 years old. And you guys are all 30, so older, but certainly not nowhere near inevitable avarice or anything. But this copper dragon kind of flies into the room, and all of you are just struck with the scent of kind of acrid acid that's just kind of drifting off of the pores of this individual. He is he's pretty well sort of muscled, but he's not like he's not like super ripped, and honestly, you think probably Shishu might be even a little stronger, even though he's a good deal. He's kind of looks a little older, but Shishu could probably take him. And he kind of comes out, and I will say, Buku, you are familiar with Dressley Bash in particular. And he's like, why was I not informed there were so many dragons here? And kind of just lands on kind of like the highest perch up there and kind of looks down upon you all and says, well, welcome, I apologize for my... Oh, look here. Welcome, is it, Boku? Is that your name?
Lord Veshley Drash, it is I, Lord Buku Bazan, here to grace your presence with my own.
Again, so many just little things to correct. I am Dressley Bash, and your name properly should be Buku Bazank.
Are all y'all here lords and ladies and such?
Oh, not all of us, but everyone who matters.
You all seem very involved with the whole.
We very much are, and of course,
titles
and comes down and actually
and pomp and circumstance.
Is patting Buku kind of on the back slightly. Oh, and walking around like a biped. What an interesting choice. Yes, well,
I thought so myself.
Lord Bazunk, you see, as a bit of a. He's certainly a very good and noble dragon from a good noble family that has one major defect in the linguistics department, because the derivation of the whole place is not Bazan kin, as some think. It is Bazunk, and then Yin is the place of the Bazunks. But
yes, of course.
Friend,
what is your name? Obsidian One. I've seen an obsidian dragon before.
Just as a real quick point of correction, since you like to have everything accurate, I know that you may have some sort of etymology thing going on here, but the man's name is, or the bomb's name is Bazan, regardless of whether or not the etymology is correct.
True.
You should probably address him by the correct name.
They have incorrectly spelled their name. That is right. You are very right about that. The family is defective in that way. What is your name?
Well, people call me Tongart Lasso.
Tongart Lasso. Oh. Well, welcome to my castle. I am Lord Dressley Bash. And kind of says it very slow and is looking right at Buku while saying that as if trying to...
I appreciate it. I caught it the first time when you really emphatically emphasized every syllable of it.
I'm sure you did. and who are you, my dear? Kind of comes over to XigXag. Hello.
Hello, good to meet you, kind sir.
Good to meet you, Tia. What is your name?
My name is XigXag.
Welcome.
The Touched.
The Touched. Ooh, mysterious.
Yeah.
Interesting. Electrum.
Both gold and silver.
Indeed. And then, a pair of gold dragons. Bomb, Tia, welcome.
Yes, Bomb. Elan Buteros.
Elan, yes.
Shisha Buteros. And I just have to say, I feel like you're really micromanaging language. And when language is really set to evolve and it's really agreed upon, like what we all think it should be here in the future. It's like language is evolving and we all should move forward with it. I
mean, that's certainly fine for biped languages, but good draconic should be maintained.
Well, actually, through a lot of teachings of the various religions here, we sort of feel like we've already drifted away from that, right? You know,
I mean, to be honest, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's how can one think in a new way if one clings to the old way, right?
Because one of the more ancient languages, which creates such entities as Bahamut and Tiamat, well, they believe that they're sort of ancient draconic words that we have replaced already.
Lord Drash? Did I have that correct?
Bash.
Lord Bash. My apologies.
No,
Thank
you're not
you so
getting it's Bash.
Bash, yes, of course. I appreciate you having us here so much as my fine companions.
It does not at all surprise me that a Bazan kind of gives Tongart a wink at that, would show up totally unannounced, breaking all rules of protocol, bringing numerous friends. That makes perfect sense.
Oh, good.
At this
Excellent.
point, you guys.
Wait till you
Food in
hear
my mouth.
why we did that.
Oh
Have a
yes,
seat.
I'm curious. Where is the captain of our guard? I would think that no offense to you, of course, Lord Buku and your friends, but I would not think that just several dragons would be completely unescorted in my home. That seems a bit of an oversight. Imianthe says, Lord Dressley, when I was first here, Gulk was present. I shall go and see where she is. Yes, see that you do. And so she kind of walks out to go look for the bugbear. But also kind of standing at the back of the room, just watching all of this, is a very small statured creature with the head of a bull, who's just kind of staring at all of you. The robes that they are wearing seem mage-like, although they do have the sort of like the draconic kind of symbol of the Bosch house on them. And they're just kind of looking up, watching you. Looks about the size of a halfling, but built like a dwarf and with the head of a bull.
So, XigXag has her mouth full, but says, "Oh, a minotaur." Then, like, some food falls.
And she goes, a miniature?
No, it's a mini. No, it's a minotaur.
Oh, got it. That's so cute.
Ha 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 ha! I've never heard that before. Hilarious bombs and tiars.
Minotaur.
Sorry.
Oh, what is my mage here? Ah, yes. Come out here. This is Dukea. Dukea Keen Mind. Dukea the Minotaur just kind of walks out and kind of bows to all of you. With a little bit of like a prestidigitation flourish, so a bunch of like sparks fly up as they do so.
Yay.
And then kind of we'll sort of just look at kind of just stand there waiting for instruction from Lord Dressley. Dukea was, I will be perfectly honest, beating me mercilessly at dragon chess.
Oh, so I was almost right.
Which is
I
what?
thought it was cards.
Oh, cards. I don't care for cards. But dragon chess is a thinking game, and I am not a very smart person, is what I've been learning. Spending time with Dukea. You're very smart, my lord.
Before. If I might, perhaps now is time to elucidate you. If your mage can do some communication for us with my keep, there's some information that you will probably wish to hear.
Oh, well, Dukea, you can cast Ascending then today. Dukea will kind of... I certainly can cast Ascending. I'm typically always have some of those in the pocket. Lord Dressley, are you authorizing me to cast Ascending on behalf of your guests? Yes, go ahead, provided we all hear what the Ascending is about. Buzz on business, as it were. Kind of just like nestles in right next to you, Buku.
Yes, I thought you might like to hear this. As loath as I am to spread information to those around me, I suppose there's no real other alternatives here. Will you please send that I shall be returning shortly with a small retinue, and that they are to prepare not only for our arrival, but also the defenses of all Bazan Keen. That an invading horde has attacked, and there are many casualties. And that
Wait. Attacked where? Your crowd of Bazank has been attacked, your home?
No. The Dragon Mount, is that the appropriate term for? Cloud's Crest?
The coronation?
Yes.
Yeah, that party sort of ended with a bit of a bang.
What do you mean? The party ended. What are you talking about?
The sky opened up,
Fireballs.
ships came down, and bipeds decided to rain meteors and hellfire upon the peoples. Now, we were.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We were evacuated, of course, but students and the future of all dragonkin evacuated, so as to preserve, the future of our kind. But I am not sure who survived, who did not. The battle was fierce when we left and still raging. But if we cannot hold there, the fight will come to Bazan Kin. At the very least, we should ready our forces to reinforce those already engaged in combat.
What?
This message should probably be spread out to all dragonkind across the land as well.
Well, we should find out first there is even Bazankin anymore.
Lord Dressley hears all of this and then turns kind of to Duukea and says, "Confirm this report. I must check my hoard," and just flies out of the room. Duukea kind of had written down everything you said.
Yeah, I think that might have been more than 25.
It's
words.
a lot more than 25.
I can condense. Yeah. I'm good at that part.
There's a limit? I don't understand how it works.
Who am I meant to send this to?
What biped stayed behind it?
I'm sending it to a biped in your home in Crowneth Bazunk.
Yeah, the
and we'll say
yes.
you can, if you want to provide the name of your own
Or
house
something like
mage
that.
or whatever, you can do so.
Please.
Yeah. All right, I will check. A few more seconds of scratching as the message is condensed down to fewest possible kind of telegram-like words, like attack in thing, prepare stuff. Lord,
can I put a claw on their shoulder and just be like, and try to convince them that this happened? There is no question of it.
Sure, make a persuasion check.
Not that die. Ooh, that's good. 25.
I was not doubting you, but okay. All right, Bomb. Kind of does this, and then the sort of sending spell begins. They sort of get very quiet for a moment. Duukea just kind of closes their eyes, their big bull eyes, horns kind of, waving for a very quiet moment. And right in just as long as you think it would take to say about 25 words, Duukea opens their eyes and will sort of say, I've yet to hear a response. Typically, it's usually rather immediate, one would reply. Some mages will take a bit of time to, compose something shortly, but... your house mage has not replied.
Oh, I found it.
Can I provide another name?
Yes.
Somebody who is probably not fighting invading forces.
I'm worried.
My spells are a bit limited. So what kind of a person would you like to? You're going to do another biped who's there at your house.
Are there any
probably no dragons from your family would have stayed at home at this case. You could go to like a cousin dragon type if you wanted a dragon, but that's always tricky with,
Yeah, I know.
I will say there are certainly like loyal dragons. Or there's certainly loyal bipeds, like people you would potentially trust a little bit more in a circumstance like this.
somebody who's not in the thick of fighting, not a fighter.
We'll say it was like your dresser, you know, the biped who dressed you every day. And of course, you're really only the size of most bipeds, so it's not like you're this towering thing over the. Yeah. So okay.
You don't have to keep pointing that out.
I'm just painting the
It's
picture.
just so. I mean, it's just so obvious.
Your
though.
dresser is someone who's just dressing you like. Okay, cool. So you will
Like a
tell
little
the
doll.
name.
like a little doll.
I'm not adult, nor am I
Come
little.
on, he's adorable.
Well, you do wear a lot of garments, so I can understand
You're a
why
little
you might
lad.
want to help you get all that on so that it doesn't take you an hour to get ready in the morning. I think it's actually a very smart move you have there, Books.
Thank you, Master Lasso. I appreciate that.
Dukea kind of prepares this next spell. Mentions that this might be a bit harder and is actually going to have to make an Arcana check in order to do this, because they're going to be trying to cast to someone they don't know. Like, they kind of know the other mages from, whatever, so they're casting to a random person, but they just have to make an Arcana check to that point. Where is the die I'm using for this?
Can I assist with a nice arcanic description?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
I am.
Then absolutely you may. So with that, well, I'll tell you that's good, because the first die I picked up for this person rolled real bad, but the second one rolled very good. So that would be a 24 from this mage. And so the mage cast the spell. And as Dukea opens their eyes, suddenly kind of like opening as if, kind of like, the look someone has like when they're hearing something on the phone and you can tell there's words, even though you can't tell what it is, but there's like, your dresser indicates that something is going on in Crowneth Bazonk. There is a revolt of some kind?
Oh shit.
I don't. I said, asked if you were asked for more information. I'm not sure that I should spare another sending spell at this moment to put their heart at ease. For there may be many people who need to be contacted, but any dragons must know about what is happening.
Excuse me, there's nothing more important than ensuring that my house is secure and the home is fine. Now, I need to know, are there flying ships, or is this a local revolt?
Understood. So a few sort of moments more pass, and
I hate Buku right now so much, but
you're doing what Buku would do. Dukea will, so that's a third level slot here. Gonna have to start using fourths and fifths for any further but that's how it goes. Dukea will then cast this again, asking what you're asking. Also letting them know that you're alive. Could do that in a couple words, because that's what your dresser's asking about. Sure. And we'll basically give back the word. No word of ships. But basically it seems the gist you can get from the very few words, and Dukea says it seems like it is like biped on biped. Like some bipeds rose up like in a coordinated thing, like at a time. Do you see Dukea is like kind of saying things kind of as they're saying, and then sort of pauses for a moment. Your dresser is concerned of a mob charging down towards your family vault.
What? What?
Around this time, you hear all of you hear a just massive screaming, cursing in Draconic. And then fast flapping wings. Lord Dressley Bash returns to the room and says, "Something is missing from my hoard." There was. I bring all the servants out. Someone has taken that armor. Someone has taken that armor of mine. And Duque is like, Imianthe kind of comes in and is running. Bomb, my Lord Dressley, is something wrong? Yes, the magic armor, it is gone from my hoard.
Where's your head of security? Where's your guy?
Gulk.
Where'd he go?
Where is she? Where is Gulk? Yes, Gulk should track down who has done this.
Yeah, well, don't you think it's kind of interesting? I mean, not my place, but it's kind of interesting that she's not here.
Well, like,
Oh, maybe he disappeared in the armor.
we don't.
What? You think betrayal? What? Duque kind of goes. She has been acting a little odd of late. Perhaps we should try to track her down. Yes, we should find her. We must find her at once. I
can help with that.
Can you?
Yeah.
How?
This is fucking XigXag.
Yes, if you can help, then help.
Right.
I would like to get within 10 feet and smell them.
So XigXag, you have
Preparation.
advantage. So if you simply want to go after this person, you may go ahead and make a survival check
With advantage, right?
with advantage.
And double my proficiency bonus.
That is correct. Your and I believe that should be factored in on your sheet or based on how you've done it. But yeah, your what is your wisdom modifier?
Oh, bloody hell, I rolled really bad. My wisdom modifier is 3.
So yeah, so you have a +7 on this, so +7 with advantage. And I'll just go ahead and roll a quick stealth check on behalf of this out of the monster manual fighter. 14?
And
Yeah,
presumably
with
some
advantage
sort of
and the
heavy
plot.
armor.
Not heavy armor.
Oh, okay.
You pick up the scent and you are able to sort of follow it along and kind of comedically zigzag this Electrum dragon kind of goes out and begins going down a hallway, and I assume you're all following.
Mm-hmm.
So there's kind of like
I want to hang back with our half-orc friend.
okay. You're
I'm
also
grabbing
Lagak
the
is just an
XigXag
orc.
for
She's a full
XigXag.
orc. You're going with zigzag.
Oh, sorry.
Okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Lagak
gonna go with- yeah.
Lagak will move to go, but if you're gonna stay here, Lagak will stay here with you, Elon. And she'll sort of say,
Oh no, I'll go with her. I just want to like accompany her.
okay, cool. If so basically if she's going, she'll go. Buku, what do you want to do?
I actually want to do the same thing as Alon. I need to confer with her on next steps.
She'll hang back a bit and she'll say,
So I'm sure you have this, Buku.
oh, so basically you both. So honestly, the three
all
of you are
abandoned.
staying behind because both of you are trying to talk. It seems like both of you are trying to talk to Lagak
Okay.
on your own, and Lagak's like, is you're both like, no, you go. I'll stay. No, I'll stay. Yeah, it's that kind of.
It's fine. I've got this.
Oh no, that's. I'm sure you have so much to take care of.
I'm sure you wouldn't like to let your sister go by herself.
She's very capable. She's incredibly capable.
Yes, I'm sure she is. Very well. Let us all talk then, shall we?
I'm perfectly happy to talk to either of you. This is extremely concerning and also, on many levels, not surprising if what we have learned from this is that they were just ready. That they were waiting. It sounds like this was a coordinated thing.
Absolutely.
That is very troubling, and also makes incredible sense. Yes, what is it you wish to speak to me about?
Please, go
Alon,
ahead.
please.
No, please.
No, after you.
No, it's after. I must insist.
No,
Small-
please.
no,
This is
small.
my land.
No,
Guess first.
oh, I'm sorry. No, but it's really in the Cloud's Crest. We always let the smaller dragons talk first. It's
Interesting.
overpowered.
Here in the Bazan Kin, we always allow lesser dragons to go first. So please, after you.
I'll tell you what. She pulls a gold out of her pocket. Heads, tails. You go first, she says to Elon.
I see that you cannot fly any longer. How soon do you expect that your other powers will fade?
She kind of focuses for a second and does actually begin to hover. it seems that there is still some left.
Okay.
I would think only days, perhaps less.
Okay. All right. Well, looks like we'll be traveling for a day or so and holding up. Go ahead.
Yes.
Lord Boog. I'm loath to give up the hoard of my family that we have accumulated over generations.
Seems like you've
But-
already given it up.
Okay, first off, I didn't give anything up. It was clearly taken by deceitful bastards that have, decided to rise up against the betters. But that is neither here nor there. The question is, can we afford to go and reclaim it? I cannot imagine a crowd of bipeds holding up against the might of 5 dragons, especially elite ones such as ourselves. At least I will begrudgingly admit the 2 of us here.
I would say, ordinarily, I would not expect it, but if a planned uprising is in effect in the cities, there may be ways they have of dealing with dragons, not to mention the fact that your horde may no longer be in one place. Defeating some bipeds who hold it would probably be doable. Tracking down every last coin, I have greater concerns about that.
Every last coin is obviously not feasible as we are already on the run, but would it make sense to grab what we can
It
whilst
might.
it's still there?
It might. I can only advise how much will be left by the time we make it to Crown of the Bazonk. How much resistance will we have? It may be worth it. I'm sure that you know your own family's stronghold better than them, but I believe it is a 10-hour, perhaps less with our hunter. Perhaps we can travel a bit faster, but even so, it will take time to arrive, and who knows the condition by then. Who knows if flying airships will have come for reinforcements. I cannot say.
And
It might be worth it.
what say that we were to hole up somewhere, seek a defensive position and train. Have you had more thoughts about that, about the directive that the Great Worm gave you?
I do know what to train you in when we can find such a place, but getting to that will take time. We must. I think it is right for you to sort of rest and recuperate here. We have now informed some, but it seems that something is already underway everywhere. We may not wish to tarry long here, but tracking down this interloper is probably worthwhile. I hope that they are doing all right at it. Speaking of which, cut to the other team. As kind of, I'm imagining XigXag almost bloodhound like, like nose on the ground, moving through this thing. You get to kind of an area where there are some like narrower hallways. Duukea says, I can run through and tell you where it has gone if you want. Okay. And kind of goes through but kind of will say, I think this leads to there's an exit on the southern side of the castle. That's probably, I think that may be where they're heading.
Well, maybe we should just
We should go there, yes. And kind of as you all kind of go out, Duukea kind of comes back in. So this will be this is Tongard. I assume you came for this as well.
Yeah, that'd be correct.
So Tongard, XigXag, and Shishu, you guys come around the side of the building. And Tongard, with your sort of super high perception, you see, and Dressley's kind of, actually Dressley has incredibly high perception, Dressley sees this as well, but as you guys are kind of coming around the side, you see a collection of bipeds, many of whom look kind of like they've come here for a reason. You also notice that that you do see this bugbear like having stepped out and seems to be talking to them, but upon seeing you all, they're turning up and drawing crossbows. But I'll say before we even roll initiative, Tongart. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna wonder if I could get like a quick insight on that interaction, if it seems like she is trying to quell them, or it like ward them off.
Go ahead and make an insight check. It's a very reasonable question.
Let me double check. I think it's just. I think I'm proficient. No, 23.
All right. With a 23, it's a good roll. You get the impression that everybody's body language is saying fuck. And I will say that your overall thing is that this might be a group. I'm gonna, with a 23, I'm gonna say you think you're looking at a group who were expecting to be let into a side door of a castle to come and murder one dragon. And now there are 4 of them coming down on them.
Okay. Yeah, I just basically was trying to figure out if she was in on it or trying to buy them off. Right?
Based on body language, it seems in on it. Yes. Yeah.
Too bad, Gulk. You seem like you were nice.
So, what would you all like to do? Rolling initiative?
Yes.
All right. Dragons present, roll initiative.
23.
Whew. She's gonna take a couple out before there's even a game, I think. All right.
How far away are we from all this group of bipeds?
I'm calling the initiative roll you guys came over. It's your movement speed of flying for sure. You can get to people. Shishu, that was Shishu. What does XigXag have?
20.
20 for Jesus Christ. Okay. What do you have, Tongart?
My roll reflects my trepidation.
1. Okay.
Tongar, it's okay.
Dressley is involved in this combat, and I'm actually going to
sort of what
I'll probably have Jed or Andrew. I'm actually going to have one of you make the rolls on this person's behalf. So could somebody just roll I'll flip off between you guys, but
15.
15, great. 15 on the die plus anything. Plus that's a 16 for old Dressley, and Dressley seems very mad. And that is the 1, 2, 3 dragons. Yeah, no other. Dukeya probably won't make it out before this happens, so I'll just roll for the. Oh no! Oh, all right, Shishu. What do you want to do? They're cocking. They're getting out some crossbows. They're gonna try to shoot you guys.
I'm so angry. Immediately, I go into a dragon rage.
Okay, makes sense.
Hold on. Sorry, my page didn't load. Now I'm reloading my dragon instructions for my knight.
Sure.
So let me just attack roll.
Yeah.
I like to get into. If I'm in melee range with bipedals, do I hit one at a time, or how does that work?
When you get a little bigger and higher level, there becomes some like sweeping type things. But for now, you know, you're somewhat new to this fighting game, so it is just kind of a single attack on one. Who are you going for? There are like 7 of them here.
Whichever guy is the closest.
Okay, cool. You're just going for the closest.
By guy, I mean any gender.
You go for. I will tell you in particular. You are going after a lady who is a. I'm even going to roll a race for you real quick as you go ahead. Just make your attack roll. This will not impact their armor or anything.
12 plus 7 is 19.
Your 19 hits against this dwarf. Now, did you roll that at advantage because you are in your blood frenzy?
For reminding me. Yeah, no, 19 is the highest.
All right, so go ahead and you definitely hit. So before this dwarf is even able to get her crossbow up, just this bite just it takes her out from this gold dragon. And how much damage is that?
I do 2d10 plus 2d6, or I just do the piercing.
Yep. No, you do it all because you count as huge.
Thank you.
Wait until you get up to huge. And then you start dealing like your gargantuan. It's insane.
All right, 9 points of piercing damage, 5 points of fire damage, plus 5.
Yeah,
whatever you want to assign.
You bite this person into just cinder mess as they just are completely ripped apart, and the others all start screaming. XigXag, you are next. So now there are only 6 of them plus 1 like plus the captain of the guard.
Who is a traitor?
Who is a traitor? That is correct.
I'm attacking the captain of the guard.
Understood.
With bite.
So you fly down and bite the captain of the guard. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm trying to like do a cool swooping, you know.
Understood. Go ahead and make
Fly
your
and
attack.
swoop. And I rolled crap. It is 15.
15. You know, I'm just rolling this the way they are because he's not a particularly smart person. Due to the new armor they've put on, it's worse than their splint. Because they're not a very dexterous person, so this magical leather armor they're wearing actually makes their AC lower. So ordinarily their AC is a 17, but thanks to them wearing this armor, it is a 13. So you do hit. in fact.
Suckers.
So the moral of the story is don't steal stuff, guys.
Okay. Oh, God. Roll 2 too. So it's 4 plus 5, 9 damage.
Okay, 9 damage. She kind of winces as you attack her.
Hurt. It still hurt.
Yeah, and then.
Maybe I should have used my breath weapon.
All right. Lord Dressley is also going for this same person. And Lord Dressley, being a little bit older, a little bit higher level than you, will actually, is going to make a couple of attacks. So, Andrew, can you roll me? Throw a +8 on this.
It's a 24.
A 24 definitely hits. So that will be 7 plus. That's 8 plus. Plus 4 is 12, plus the thing. So that would be another 22 points of damage on top of that. So that's rough. And then give me another attack with a +8. This is just from a claw.
Oh, 12.
12, unfortunately, does not hit. Oh, you know what? Also is a knight. Also would have gone to a blood frenzy. Roll that one at an advantage. Should have had the first one at advantage too, but it's 24.
Oh, and that's still not great. +8, 17.
17 does hit because of wearing this dumb armor. I rolled an 8 on a 7 on that, so that's another that's another 17 points of damage. Aye, boy. That Gulk is not looking great. But still up, and so Gulk has basically 2 dragons attacking her, and she is going to stab. It makes more sense for her to stab at her former master. That's much more on point, so I'll simply have the veteran make that roll. Ordinarily, it's like, that will hit the armor class and makes... I only can make 2 longsword attacks. That one will not. So 1 hits, so Lord Dressley has taken 9 points of damage. All right. Then a bunch of bad guys go. There are 6 of them left. All 3 of the dragons. All 4 of the dragons. So Dressley will get 2 bolts at him. That one will. What is his AC? That one will not hit his AC. That one will not hit his AC. You are also going to get 2 Shishu since you just ate somebody. Does a 16 hit your AC? It does not. Your AC is 17. Not. And the next one is a. I think it's also a 16. It is a 16. Boy, this is not their day. Next, and honestly, several of these guards, upon missing, are running now. One is taking a shot at you, Tangart. That would be a 14, so that does not hit. So that's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 coming your way. XigXag. That one I got a 19 on the die, so it's a 22. So I'm sorry, XigXag. You get the 1 actual crossbow bolt.
No.
They roll a 2 on the d10, so that is a total of 3.
All right.
3 points of damage. Cool. Tangart, it is your turn. So the others kind of flew down and started tearing up. You now see, I'll say, of the 6 of them, the 6 who remain, 4 of them are now fleeing. But 2 are still standing there, like, reloading bolts.
Mm-hmm.
And the bugbear is also still attacking or whatever.
I think I'm going to just approach the bugbear.
Okay.
And I just want to ask. I can't guarantee that this will save your life, but I'm just sort of curious. Maybe the information will. How long have you known?
Make a persuasion check.
It's not the worst.
Great.
That persuasion will be a 22.
I think a 22 is enough for her to kind of like, you know, like with like and like has just like struck at her master, but it kind of what she'll say. 2 weeks. Is that your whole turn?
I presume I don't have anything else to say at that point.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I don't think I can do any more like
chatting,
action
for
economy
sure.
wise. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, in that case, Shishu, you're up again. There are 2 still there, plus 4 running away, plus the main one who currently Dressly and Tangart and XigXag are either talking to or biting.
I want to go do a biting attack on the captain.
Okay. So basically, he's like, I'm not sure if this will save your life, and of course, you don't know that. You're in a blood frenzy. He's like, don't know if this will save your life. Maybe this information could, whatever. So yeah, you go up and you can do an attack on the captain. Go ahead. You roll this at advantage. I think you got muted.
Oh, what happened? Flat? No, did not hit. Neither hit.
Neither hit. Oh no, it's a AC 15. That is very sad.
Mm-hmm.
Or AC 13. You try to bite, and that kind of just they just sort of she sort of screams in surprise. XigXag, you're there now. You already bit her once. Shishu came over. She's ducking away. She kind of was starting to answer a question. Dressly is also in a blood frenzy. Doesn't seem to be able to talk or think.
Who's the guy who shot at me? Where is the guy?
Fleeing, but you can make it.
I'm going after it. And really, this is annoying. I really hate when somebody hunts me.
I get it.
I am the hunter.
I'm the hunter.
I'm the hunter.
So you will fly over to that one. Go for it.
Actually, I would like to use my special breath.
Oh no! Perfect.
Oh, no.
All right. So for the first time here, you guys all see that XigXag winds up. And now I will say here at second level, it's good. It's not like this thing scales like a monster. So at this level, it's a big hit, but like, you know, I'm sure Shishu has done as much as ring people up, but at later levels, this becomes absurd. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
What kind of a breath is it?
It's like
another 8. So another 15.
Another 15, that hits. It is basically an arrow of pure psychic energy. Kind of has like a vague, like pinkish kind of like, you know, like mind warp arrow.
XigXag.
So you just do that, and with that thing, you do strike this person in the back. And I believe the way I phrased this is that you do the damage. You can't. It doesn't do any other they can't choose not to take this and be stunned instead. They just take the damage.
It's
So I think
only crappy 11.
At this level, you should do 3d10.
3d10,
right?
yeah.
Cool.
And no pluses to it.
Yeah, no pluses. Which maybe you should get to add something to it. Plus, we'll talk about that later.
11.
At higher levels, it won't matter. So you know what's a fun fact? You know how many hit points a guard has?
I don't know.
11.
10? 11? Ooh,
So you just perfectly snipe this psychic bolt into the one guard who fled, who kind of like staggers for a second as their brain breaks and they fall to the ground. All right, so now there are only 5 left, 3 fleeing, 2 still there. Lord Dressly can't communicate verbally, is not in a position to accept this. Andrew, would you roll at advantage again for me?
Ooh.
Oh, and I roll for recharge.
Oh, you do that at the beginning of your turn, but we'll keep that for now.
Never mind.
No, it was a
That's
4 and a 1. Just
4 and a 1. He gets 2 attacks, so now the claw.
Okay. Let's choose different dice here.
Yeah.
At advantage?
Still at advantage, yes.
23.
That will hit for a total of 11, which actually is only one to spare. So yes, unfortunately, Tangart, you sort of see this, but these two just rage, blood-frenzied dragons just rip this person to shreds. And Shisu, you even see that after doing this, Lord Dressley, upon he kind of tries to bite, then slashes. But Lord Dressley kind of like gets kind of physical with you and sort of just like elbows you aside and reclaims this very strange-looking set of leather armor that was being worn by this dragon, or by this biped, and then kind of clutches it to him and snarling, in anger, and kind of turning to the others. It seemed like it was less. It was not like targeted at you. It was just
right,
kind of uncaring.
Oh, no, I've seen my dad get mad at my brother. You just don't get in the way.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, all right, perfect. So that is Lord Dressley's turn. Gulk is now dead. The ones who flee continue fleeing. The ones who are close to you all are going to, they'll try another shot just because why not? These two who are here. One will shoot at Dressley. That does not hit. Another will shoot. They're shooting at Dressley. Realistically, that's who they came to the kill. That doesn't hit either. +3 is not good. Is not a good to hit for the guards. They're not. Cool. That's your turn. Tangart, you're up.
Well. All right then.
However, the two who were there are now fleeing, so all 5 remaining are gone.
Yeah, well, if they're on the run, then I think our problem is solved for now.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna, I suppose, just on the case something offhand happens here, I'm just gonna walk by and cast resistance on XigXag.
Understood. So XigXag, you'd kind of gone over and done your breath arrow, and now you feel this spell on you. At this point, initiative still goes on because they're going on, but so basically, Shishu, are you chasing down the ones who've run?
Yeah,
We're not going to roll this out. You are so much higher than them.
Yeah.
It was the numbers there, but now that they're fleeing, you can make it to. If you and basically, I'm imagining that you and Dressley are just eating these other 5 people pretty aggressively. We could.
Yeah.
If there's any flair you want to put on that, go for it.
Yeah, I just need some blood frenzy snacks for a little hit dice action later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Always good. It's good to have a bite. So as Dressley and Shishu just did this mad rage go and finish them off. I will say that it is at this time that Kea kind of comes out of the side door, kind of barreling out like a minotaur about to do a gore. Okay. And we will also say that around this time, Lagak and El-An and Lord Bukubazan will say that, you all were we should go check on how it's going, and you all now are also outside here.
So if they did all that, I would like to investigate whatever remains of Gulk.
Go ahead,
there is any clue or something.
Go ahead and investigate Gulk's body, please.
I cannot draw for the life of me today. It's a bloody 8.
8. It's just a dead humanoid or a dead biped. You've seen him a million times. Anybody else doing anything here? I will say probably do Kea, being sort of a int-based person, will also kind of look over at the body and is preparing to investigate it, but doesn't want to be seen as doing anything. Kind of is looking to dragons for approval on that.
I said, go ahead. Can I still assist him? Her?
Yeah, you can assist them. Yeah, they'll certainly take it. Okay, so that's
Probably my hands are too big for this.
I think honestly there are times where your DC sometimes for investigation are actually higher, which is one thing that makes this game harder. What makes it easier is that you're dragons and they're people. But what makes it harder is sometimes it's like I can't. Yeah. But yes, as Duukea kind of looks through this, Duukea kind of freezes, and their kind of bull-like face gets this. It's similar to the expression that they made when they realized. When they were getting a message about your vault being targeted, Lord Buku. And after a moment, Duukea just pulls a stone out of Gulk's pocket.
Is that a setting? Do I know what that is?
I'll say, yes, you're an arcanist, so
So
yes, you
look
kind of, I am going to allow, I'm actually going to allow them to, they're going to cast a detect magic on it.
Trace the call.
And then say, this has been used today, minutes ago. Kind of offers it to all of you. I think someone might know that you are here.
I don't.
We better start going.
Yeah, I think based off of that little bit of information I was able to get from Gulk, I think this is far. I don't really like to be a bearer of bad news, but I think it's far worse than we expected. She said that they knew about this 2 weeks ago.
This has been an organized attack.
So
There
these
were
uprisings.
treacherous bipeds
And,
in cahoots with those invaders.
So
This is much worse than
I don't know that there's anywhere that's gonna be safe where our people gather en masse.
Yes, we need to go somewhere remote.
Well,
Lagak will say, do not be, even though coming here has been a bit of a misstep, I dare say, I'm sure Lord Dressley would have given them quite a fight, but we certainly did not allow them to catch him unawares, so there was some advantage to having come here. I think we did deliver something of a message in time. I think we prevented at least one more dragon being slain.
For now, who knows what happens tomorrow.
Lord Dressley, I'm not sure that you want to stay here.
My
really?
horde will take time to move, but I do have plans in place. I didn't think it would be because of bipeds, but I thought it would be because of, other lords of Bazanguin. Yes.
Of course, I understand.
These are
Well, we wish you good luck. We should get on our way. Right, Lord Buku? I think he is frozen.
No, he's not frozen. I think he's just sad.
I'm just gonna come up to
poor
Buku.
Buku.
I'm just gonna
You
come up
have
to-
no understanding of the pain that I'm going through right now, XigXag. All that I have and am is about to be ripped from my hands by
Buku.
Well,
bipeds of all things.
Try to visualize gaining it all back. Visualize about eating all those bipeds later.
I mean, to be fair, Boots,
that's all I can see is revenge. That is all that is left now.
We have to
have
get
no worry.
first, though.
They will burn. They will all suffer for this betrayal upon our people.
to be fair, Books, it's already been taken. So I mean, it's not happened. It already happened.
And they
so.
look like really
Not making it
powerful
better,
bipeds.
Elon.
Almost like dragons created these bipeds. Like they are so powerful.
Lord Buku. Look, I understand that you have a title and understand that your family had a large horde, and I can see that you wear a lot of very nice things and you like to present yourself in a way. But as you have said, and the most true thing that I've heard you say since I met you, is that despite your stature, despite anything you say, your greatness comes from within you. And I don't know if you actually believe that, but
I don't think
I
he does.
think you should start. Because
It's a great speech.
that's the truth here. And them taking your horde is going to be a blow, of course. But it doesn't
Take it all back
take
in
who
time.
you are away. It takes what you have, but not who you are.
Yeah.
Master Lasso, your wisdom has shown through time and again. I
We have
must apologize. My initial impression of you was less than favorable, but you have proven yourself to be most astute. You are true. My greatness, the greatness of my kin, shines through me, and I will ensure that it's shown to all of these who decide to steal what is rightfully mine. Look, we will not let this go standing down. Perhaps today, this battle, we walk away defeated. But the war is not over, and we shall be victorious in the end. You all will come with me. We shall all be victorious and triumph over these usurpers.
Traitor.
Ukea kind of
that's,
says,
That's progress.
kind of now just turns to Elan, Shishu, and says, "Who's next to do an aspiring speech? Are all five of you going to do one?"
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna walk over to Lord Buku and just lean down. I'm just gonna sort of like facing away from everyone so no one can see him. I'm just gonna whisper in his ear. I'm gonna say, "We're going to make them pay."
So imperceptible, only Elon can notice, but Lord Buku just nods ever so slightly.
I'm actually going to roll to see if this is even something she would suggest, because Lagok is...
Come on, Jacques Legac.
Shock Lagok.
Lagok will say, "I do think we should go. We've been
Yes.
here too long." Kawu, and at this point, Kawulog is limping out. What's going on? Is there still trouble out here? Is there
Yeah, you coming with us? We're not
Okay.
safe here. Let's go.
Jeez,
big
all
boy.
right. Sort of, Lagok says, "I'm not even certain of our exact position. We could try to go to the wild and hole up in a fortress for a week or so. That's certainly doable. There are islands."
The locals here? I don't want anyone to overhear our plans.
Ah, yes. Well, in that case, you guys can fly, and this can all be in the air.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Lagok will sort of say as you
sounds
fly, I guess, what cardinal direction are you all going? So you
Well,
are...
I'm gonna ask XigXag, which way, to which way? What's the shortest, fastest, most remote place we can go to, in say a day or two?
We could
Make
it to
a
Boglatch,
make a
right?
survival check, XigXag.
We should be able to fly north, or I don't know how far west are we on this.
Yeah, I was
island?
actually I want to pull this up specifically so that I can show you. I want to hold the map up and point it out to you guys here. Hold on. Where's the freaking
Buku
map?
would suggest some of the islands in Bazankin, but he's also very
I think we
aware
need
that
to go
nowhere in
as far
Bazankin
as,
is safe now.
We should go up to
Can't go to Econtown.
Boglatch, Plain of Solace up north.
I think we need to go be scarce. We need to go somewhere that's as
so-
hidden as we can be.
So basically, you guys are. I can't find it on my iPad because of places I've. You seem to be Do you see where on Bazankin how it kind of at the right by the tip there's this part where it kind of widens out and then goes kind of narrow
Yeah,
again?
there are forests over there.
You're
or
just
trees.
on the western side of that bend on the northern part of the coast.
So we should be able to fly over the ocean pretty.
Yeah, you could. Getting to Boglock would not. You can get pretty good just into the general uninhabited swamps, a few hours travel, no problem.
I think that should be the.
Are we still like within range of the keep that we just were flying from?
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, you
Okay.
can fly for.
I would like to then quickly go back down and talk to the Lord quickly.
Dressley. Okay, sure.
Yes.
You can find Dressley. This kind of you guys. You
Sure. So
went
I'm
up,
gonna
talked, flew down. Yeah. No
I'm gonna say, considering that we helped stop an attempt on your life, is there anything in your hoard that would allow us to teleport?
Don't think I haven't rolled all of the things in the hoard of this dragon. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, he has one thing that might. Hold on. Let me look at this. Nope.
Nice.
5th level is the max. He has a ring of spell storing. Teleportation circle would be the only. Right? What's transport via plant? Then that would have to be the thing of, is that the spell that's in there? But let's see if this is plausible. Transport via plants is a 6.
So it's just teleportation circle.
I think teleportation is only 5th level. I didn't realize it was capped at 5th level. That's Ring of Spell Storing's a lot. I mean, it's great, but it's a bit lower than I thought. Well, theoretically, you cast the thing into it, so the idea is you could only go directly to a teleportation circle. Yeah, so, first off, who would like to make this roll to see if there is a teleportation circle spell stored in this? The odds won't be good, but it could happen.
Elon, you got to do it, man.
Elon, it was your idea. Elon, I'm gonna be overly generous with this. Let's give it a 5% chance. If you roll a natural 20, that spell is in there.
But he gets advantage for awesomeness, right?
Go have advantage. That's fine. It's a cool idea.
I don't need it. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Shut up.
He will pause and say,
Shut up. Ha!
Well,
Wow.
as it happens, I do, you here, and this is on his person, but he pulls it out and he says, Dukea, what is this, this has something on it, right? And Dukea says, oh, that's, there is a, I have put a teleportation circle spell, I did cast into that
I can't
ring.
believe it.
I haven't prepared it for today. I suppose I could. Yes, we could go. Fuck. You know what's great about teleportation circle, guys? It's not limited the number of creatures. It's anyone can go into it and emerge by the person's next turn.
Well, that's good, but I think we want. I don't think we want any moles coming with us, right?
No, but like I think there's already too many because like Lord Dressley's going to go, has to cast the spell itself, to keep the ring.
Gotcha.
But Lord Dressley says, I will do this for you all, but and are you dragons to be trusted?
We are the most trustworthy dragon.
The one
in
that told
case,
you about this.
You're right. I'm sorry, Boo. My boy, I'm sorry. I'm still in a bit of a blood frenzy, but I will do this, but I need, on your solemn vows, you must help me carry my hoard. And you cannot take any of it.
What's in your hoard?
Mainly treasure. I'll have all the magical things, but large amounts of treasure I will need you all to carry. We can sort of quickly pack it up. And whatever you're able to carry, you will help me go to wherever we're going.
Time is of the essence.
Exactly. So let's go get it quickly. I trust Duukea, and I trust Imianthe. That's all I trust of my house at this point.
I like Imiante. I got a good vibe about Imiante.
Thank you, Tia.
Buku gets a gleam in his eye, and he's just like, well, Master Lord, we would, of course, be more than willing to help you take some of your hoard. Of course, I think it would be reasonable for us to have some portion of that for our trouble, since all we would take would otherwise be left here. And while the teleportation is convenient, we do have means of travel on our own.
2% of the non-magical horde. That's as high as I'll go.
I think perhaps, let's see, 2% each?
I'm gonna say, just with passive insight, the idea of 10% of the horde, that's not flying. 1% each, that might be doable.
And a very nice pair of shoes. Human shoes. Humanoid, biped shoes.
Take any biped shoes you wish for my servants. That's fine. So you may each have 1% of the non-magical horde.
Yes!
Greg always knows how to sweeten a deal with shoes.
This is great. This is amazing.
All right. Well, this is great. Okay, now we have a really interesting situation, which is that Lagok is kind of going to call all of the rest of you and say, so basically, as you guys are like kind of like loading up just as much as you can possibly carry, and like these big, you know, like kind of like net-like packs are brought out that you can kind of, you know, haul as much as you possibly can all together. But as you guys are pulling together as much treasure as you can possibly get, knowing that the more you take, see, now you are incentivized to take more because you'll get to take a whole 1% of the non-magical. Exactly.
This is how points on the deal work. You know?
So now you're all incentivized to carry more.
Yeah.
So as this is,
we're gonna be vesting over 3 years. So.
As this is going on, as this is sort of.
Get that crypto working.
See, here's the thing. I don't understand why we don't leave it in cold storage and just put a password on it.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
As you're doing this, though, Lagok kind of will like come to the five of you and say, actually, Lagok is with Duukea and says, we need to discuss, because the teleportation circle, unlike what we did, cannot take you, it can only take you to specific circles. Now, Duukea knows of some such circles, and can take us there. But of the circles, I have a very bad idea.
Yes.
Yes, let's do it.
One of the circles that Duukea knows of is not in a major city.
That's a good idea.
Part of it seems all right.
And it might be an already very well fortified place.
I mean, this is sounding better and better.
And it is something I had considered, but I must be very cautious in suggesting it because it is inside the tomb of a dragon, one that contains a great hoard which we must not disturb.
I see.
Maybe we'll have to.
Duukea, do you think Lord Dressley can be trusted not to take anything from this hoard? I can, if I convince him, if I indicate that there's absolutely a curse on all of the gold, which is not necessarily a lie, because there probably is a curse, but I'll make it clear. I might even use some magical, you know, I might make some spooky sounds and things to try to dissuade. We can probably dissuade him.
I can help with that. I'm good at spooky sounds.
Oh, are you an arcanist?
Yes.
Oh, that would be most, yes. Do you know thaumaturgy,
I do not.
Tongar. Okay, so yeah, you cannot help, but yes, but you could. Yeah, that would be great. And then sort of, so that will mean that Lagok says, "All right, I think that is our best plan because it will put us in the wilderness and theoretically in a place we can hide, but it might be a risk to do so." Uh-oh, Elan has something cooking.
I just remembered I have. No, yeah, it's good. It's good.
You have a spell that can help for this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I suppose, and even like you know, Lagok is, because Lagok's pretty darn strong. Lagok is loading up a big pack as well to carry, you know, extra treasure out and such. But I will say that at this point, you guys are prepared to go. I'm going to ask Andrew.
Yes.
Please roll a d20 for me. Because this is all kind of your insane brainchild, and you rolled the 20 that did the thing, which was great.
11.
11. Perfect. All right. Lagok says, okay, so, we're going to go to this place, and, I think would be somewhat safe. It is certainly in a remote area and would be underground, but just whatever you do, you may see incredible riches when we arrive. Touch nothing. All right. So, Ducea says, my lord, may I have the ring so that I can cast the spell from it? And oh, fine, yes, but give us right back. Of course, Lord Barb, of course. So, when I activate this ring, a circle is going to appear here. You must pass into it and then get off of it as quickly as you can. All right? We must all go quickly and not pile up on it. We all have to kind of, you basically have to move through it.
And then step to the back. I get it.
Yes,
It's classic.
Kind of get off the thing. All right. And I'm the last to go through, so, everyone ready?
Ready as rain.
They activate the ring, and suddenly this sure enough, this kind of like, because the material component, the drawing already happened in the casting into the ring, so it all just kind of like folds out on the ground, and you all kind of just pounce upon it quickly through. Andrew, yeah?
No, I'm just imagining like throwing a pop-up tent.
It really is. It looks like a pop-up tent of a chalk outline that's like glowing, and you all sort of rush through it. This is because all my games I'm always trying to have fewer NPCs, so now joining you on this little leg is Lord Dressley Bash, Imianthe, Duukea, Lagok, and so there's 5 NPCs. So your equal number of you and NPCs now. Great. 10 creatures pass through this teleportation circle. Where it goes, we will find out next week.
And she was like, have you guys ever been on a private teleportation circle? It's so much better than this.
Yeah,
on the PTC?
Yeah.
Our dad has shares in a bunch of teleportation circles, so
We do a lot of like
can-
really exclusive ones. It's you know.
Have you been on a PTC 6? Because that is, let me tell you.
Oh, that's hilarious. So, well, there we go. That ends tonight's session. Now, we will not have a game next week, for it is Halloween and children need to trick or treat. But in lieu of that, next week, there is going to be a tale of gothic horror told in this time slot, set in a manner in Scotland in various time periods and years. I'm very excited about it. I've been prepping for this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I want to thank everyone for watching tonight. If you like what we do here, please like and or subscribe to the channel. If you have Amazon Prime, you can get a free sub by linking it to Twitch account, yada, yada, yada. I'm sure you guys hear that every 5 minutes if you're on Twitch right now. On Mondays, we have a game called Wild Beyond the Witchlight. It's super lighthearted and fun, and it takes place in the Feywild. That's tomorrow at 7:30. On Fridays, we have Blood from a Stone. This past Friday's Blood from a Stone was insane. This Pierce played in it and died 4 times. And he was monsters, all 4. You were, let's just go through it real quick. You were a Zorbo, a Bone Whelk, a mongrel folk,
and then a
and a Jakuli. Who first turn jumped past someone and started burning. And that
rolled
was
a natural 1 on my attack and jumped past the person I was attacking and landed on the point of pain and died.
On the thing that was drawing the blood. I needed a certain number of hit points to release this undead lord who'd been like taunting them and driving them against each other.
But that's how that game goes.
That's how that game goes. That game's dark and crazy. And then so yeah, check out all these fun games. Go to our Discord. We have various download things you can check out there. We also have wonderful things that people on this stream do and have going on. And if anyone wants to plug their channels or projects, please do so now.
Yeah, check out my stream this week on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm playing The Return of the Obra Dinn, where I am investigating an 18th century ghost ship and figuring out how people died, grisly deaths. It's really great. I'll post a link to a recap in the chat. So
Wonderful.
it's here on Twitch, 3 p.m. on Wednesday. At Andrew is Trying.
Andrew is trying.
Andrew,
Yes.
any chance you'd be interested in playing a game with me, like doing some kind of 2-player
Yes,
game on Wednesday?
absolutely.
It's my
Ooh.
birthday, and I'm kind of trying to figure out if I should.
Birthday.
Thank you. So I thought I might do a short stream just because it's an off day for me, but I'd like to stream anyway. But then maybe I could do that for a couple hours and then join you for a couple hours playing something.
Yeah, that sounds great. Like let's talk. Let's talk this week.
Everyone check
Okay,
that
cool.
out. And I
We'll
think
try and make that
all
happen.
of your Twitch links are in our about page.
Yes.
Somewhere
Yes.
here. Very cool. Anybody else?
It's on Instagram, but I'm cooking food. So I'm not, we can play a game, which is I cook food and then you comment on it and then I comment back and it's a loop.
But isn't cooking food always a bit of a game?
It is a bit of a game.
I had an
I'm
idea.
here to demystify it.
I had an idea for a really bad YouTube series or whatever called Cooking with Dice, where you bake, but you determine the amounts of the ingredients by rolling dice.
Oh, that would be a shit show.
And I just thought that would be so funny. We were like, cool. So we're going to put in,
See,
20
the thing about that-
teaspoons of cinnamon
That would
and
be really
yeah,
fun.
the thing about that is it's funny for one episode.
yeah, exactly. It's not a series. It's a one.
It's a movie. It's not a series.
Yeah.
The series might be blanking with dice, and every week you do something else,
that's
letting the
fun.
dice dictate what it is.
That's fun.
Until you cut your fingers off in a saw accident because you were measuring with dice. Never mind. Build construction with dice.
Surgery with dice.
Surgery with dice. All right, so we're going to make 15 incisions. Okay, let's get started.
How many stitches we using?
How many stitches?
one.
Oh, dang, that's not going to hold together. Yeah, exactly. Well, great. Well, thank you all so much for watching. We super appreciate it. We'll see you next week for a Halloween game, and in 2 weeks to find out where the hell they wind up in Wyrmloth. And until then, everyone, here be dragons.
Here be dragons.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Here be
Have a roaring good week.
Oh.